Hello and welcome back. I should start over again. Hello and welcome back. Or are we welcome back?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, here we are with the second to the last thank you for the Volunteer Week. And Volunteer Week actually started Sunday, right?
Correct.
As the week goes. And we just want to say, yeah, sometimes I do. It depends on what you got. My work week starts on Monday. But we just want to again say thanks out there to everybody, and I know we're going to be going over some events and different things we've got going on, and then we'll talk a little bit about that as we go, right?
Yeah.
Good, so have at it, Heidi.
Thanks, Scott. This is my lovely assistant, Scott.
Lovely.
Lovely. All right, going over the calendar of events, we've got some exciting stuff coming up here at the North American Bear Center. Starting this Friday, we are going to be open to the public. Let me move backwards just a little bit, though, and like Scott mentioned, on Sunday, Volunteer Week started, and we'll go until Saturday, and we're celebrating it today with you all. So Friday, we open up to the public. Our hours will be 10 to 4, and we're hoping we'll have tons of people coming through. We'll see what happens. That new log entrance out there has really seemed to caught the eye of people as they drive past here. So
Yes, it is.
Fridays and Saturdays until May 1st, we will be open from 10 to 4. Next weekend, I'm going to mention it because they're volunteers. We've got our Bear Educator training course going on, taught by JT and Sharon. So I'll have a bunch of volunteers here that week. I know that we've got a group of 4-H kids, I believe, will be visiting us on that Saturday as well. So it'll be a busy weekend next week. And then, like I had just mentioned, May 1st, we open to the public daily. We won't just be open on Fridays and Saturdays anymore. We'll be open every day of the week.
Hey, is that when we start our enrichment programs?
No, it's not. But we will be doing our behind-the-scene tours
Okay.
on the hour if you come here on site. May 11th, we're doing Local Business Appreciation Day, which we're inviting local businesses and the people here in Ely to come on by the Bear Center. So when they're out doing their jobs, like me as a bartender, someone says, hey, where can I go when I'm in Ely? I can say,
You're a store manager.
and I'm a bartender, and a store manager. Crazy, isn't it? And a mom, and a wife. So many hats, so little time. But I'll be able to say, go to the North American Bear Center. This is what they have to offer. We really want the people in Ely, as well as everywhere else, to stop by the Bear Center and see everything that's new this year. And a lot has changed. So that'll be on May 11th. May 14th, statewide fishing opener. That's a big day.
That's a huge day in this state.
It is a huge day in the state.
If the ice comes off the lakes.
Right? You don't know. I didn't enter the ice out contest up at the gel, but there's an annual one up there to see.
Some are picking August.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be out by August?
Yeah.
I hope so. My kids will yell at me if they don't get to go swimming. So May 27th, we're going to be open full hours, which means daily from 9 to 6. On May 27th, that's when we're going to start our enrichment programs. I know. Broadcasts at 11, 1, and 4.
That's when it's fun.
Well, it's always fun here at the Bear Center. I don't know what
It
you're
really
talking
seems like
about.
Things are cooking when we're doing the daily enrichments.
Well, yeah,
Doesn't
we're
it?
moving in a shake, and we'll have interns here. We'll have our bear eds here. We'll hopefully
6
have
interns.
lots of people coming through the doors.
Lots of bear eds.
Yeah. It'll be a busy, busy time of year.
Yep.
New this year, and I'm just going to touch on this briefly. We're switching our memberships around, and that'll be happening around the beginning of May.
Yep.
And we've come up with a program to encourage young kids to become a member at the North American Bear Center. It'll be $10 for kids 13 and under to be a member here. And we're going to be having some monthly meetings, Bear Cub Club gatherings, starting in June, and the first one is going to be on June 25th, and it'll basically be a time for those Bear Cub Club members, say that 3 times fast, bet you can't, to come here and learn about black bears, and those courses will be taught by Sharon, and of course we'll have, interns on hand, and if any volunteers are, available with our bears to come up and help us out with those groups during that time, we'd definitely be glad to have you here, but we really want to get this younger generation coming in and excited and feel like they're part of something. I know I was telling these guys that my brother was Mickey Mouse Club member back in the 70s, and he still has his certificate. So it's neat for those little guys to feel like they're part of something and have ownership. And we really, especially with the environment and learning about it, it's really important to start them at a young age. So that's something we're pretty excited about here this year that's new. July 4th, that's the Independence Day celebration in Ely. That's a big day in town. I mean,
Huge day.
there's a ton of traffic. Are we so busy that day? If it rains, we are busy. But if it's a nice sunny day, we really don't see too much traffic. But the 3rd, we're crammed in here. The 5th, it's busy. Whatever that weekend. Yep. It really, we really start to see Ely pick up at that time. Lots of folks are coming from out of town, and we're feeling the pressure about that time. July 16th is the next Bear Cub Club meeting. I'm not sure what the agenda for that one is. I think it might be What's Under the Rock or something like that. They get to learn about different bugs that they'll feed to the critters in our terrariums, which we'll be trying to find here within the next month or so, too, to pick up. July 22nd, big weekend, lily pad picnic weekend.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
That's a fun weekend.
That is a very fun weekend.
Busy, but fun.
Yeah, no, it's neat to see all the supporters, volunteers, or not volunteers, just even lily pad fans,
And I
really
think
come to town.
volunteers put that on.
Some volunteers do put that on, yeah. It's actually a whole other organization that
go.
they've created,
Just keeps going.
the Northwoods Bears Foundation. That's followed by the Blueberry Arts Festival, which for the first time this year, we have a booth at the Blueberry Arts Festival
And we're talking 30 to 40,000 people in town
in the park
going through that park.
in the 3 days, right? It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep, and we are definitely going to make a great attempt at getting people to come here.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's stop by the booth.
The blueberry booth.
The blueberry
The Bears
booth.
blueberry booth.
Find Judy McClure there at that park, and she'll need some people to sit there and keep her company and tell her stories and listen to her stories. She'll like that.
Yep, that's good.
Interact with the public, send them down this way. So that's going to be a big weekend for us. August 13th is the last Bear Cub Club meeting for the summer, and hopefully that program will really take off. If it does, we're going to look at hopefully doing some meetings throughout the winter time. We've got the facility for it. If the kids are interested, we want to make sure that we can continue to provide that stimulation for them. September 5th is Labor Day. That's when we really start to see the slowdown up here with kids, but that's about the time that we start to get, the leaf watchers come rolling through about that time. So we still stay busy here at the North American Bear Center, even though kids are going back to school. There's going to be a lot to do here. We'll need a lot of help yet. The 9th through the 11th of September is the Harvest Moon Festival in town. It's another pretty big weekend. Lots of cute, crafty stuff. I don't think we'll have a booth there this year.
Nope.
No, not this year. Okay. September 11th, our daily hours are reduced to 10 to 5. So that's when we start to slow down a little bit. We're going to be watching our Bears. If you follow them online, you're going to see them start slowing down. I believe at that time also
Big change.
we will stop those daily podcasts, right?
I can't remember. I think I go into the
Because then we start to get,
program, yeah.
right, then we get Wednesdays with Scott. It's exciting time. See? You're already excited about it. I just heard that phone go off. September 16th, free admission. Oh, no, never mind. Scratch that. This is an old list. I take it back. October 24th, our hours are reduced to only the weekends, which goes back to that Friday to Saturday. And then in November, we're going to have Give Mint coming up. I don't know the date of that. I don't believe it's been released yet, but that's generally a pretty big day for us here.
Yeah.
Look at
That's a
him.
huge day.
I can see the smoke coming out of your ears as you're trying to remember.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
does it hurt to think? Maybe a little bit this late in the day.
Not much left.
I know. I'm crossing some lines right now while I get the microphone.
My after lunch news.
That's right. One thing I didn't mention in any of this stuff is starting on the 22nd, which is in a couple weeks here on Friday. Oh my gosh, it's next week already. We're going to be doing our radio shows again here.
That was popular.
That was popular. JT and I go sit down and talk with some folks at WELY, and those are live broadcasts. You can tune into their station online and listen to those, and that'll be at 8:35 on Fridays. The first one is at, right? 8:35.
8:35.
In the morning, bear time, on April 22nd. You'll be able to tune in and hear our little radio show, and I believe the next one after that is May 6th. And then May 27th, look at me, I'm putting myself in a spot. And then June 17th, we'll be doing them weekly all through August.
And And just to cover that a little bit, on the web, if you go into it, they stream their radio station world round, and it really is really cool to listen to. I know when I lived about 250 miles from here, we used to do it all the time. Listen to it, and it's a great program. And 8:35 Ely time is when that's on, and most of it's educational. What both of them do is they really teach about black bears, and it's getting out over just a huge area. That radio station covers roughly 75 radius miles, which is a lot up here when you consider the hills and the trees and everything. But it's a great program that Heidi and JT do, and they do a great job with it. They have fun with it. They keep it moving, and then they set the expectations for the next radio session. We're also going to have live radio broadcasts from the Blueberry Festival. We'll have 2 of those, and again, with all those people in town, if you want to create sustainability with the Bear Center, if we want to be fiscally responsible, we do everything we can to get people to this place to help sustain it. And then with you guys' help out there too, it's just huge on how we can keep the place moving forward. And I'm sure you talked about it earlier, but take a look at what the donation dollars do, and I can tell you that all these donation dollars spent here was spent wisely. We just can't touch it. Yeah, right. Reminds me of a song. Can't touch us. Anyway, when we come to a volunteer day like this, and do you have some more dates to go over?
No,
You got your dates covered. That's cool. When we talk about volunteers, we're trying to grow our volunteer group for a number of different reasons, and I know a lot of people out there put a lot of effort and time in. And one of the things I'm always concerned about is burnout, or maybe we're asking too much of a volunteer. And I know that everybody out there can answer that question and say, well, it's okay, but we want our volunteers to stay around, and we really do care about you wholeheartedly. And we know that if you're the type of person that always says, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, pretty soon the I can do it's get burned out. And I've experienced that numerous times in different areas with volunteer groups. So I ask that everybody, works together and really, really keeps their workload of volunteering to a manageable level. Right. Correct? And I know I probably shouldn't be standing here telling you that, managing over the World Wide Web, but ultimately, we appreciate you guys so much, we don't want to see you go away. And I worry about that kind of stuff on a daily basis because, you know what, we wouldn't know the pressures that we would have at this job if all of a sudden we didn't have you guys. And there's a lot of times where you tend to take people for granted. And I don't ever want anybody out there to think that we would take you for granted in any way, make, or form. I want to have fun with what we do, and I want to achieve what everybody wants us to achieve as a group of people. So again, we thank you, and we're going to be coming back here with our close at 2 o'clock, which is about 40 minutes from now. And we thank you all for the time that you've taken to watch us, and we'll see you in about 40 minutes.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much. Have a nice 40 minutes. Bye now.